Welcome, seekers of truth and understanding. Today, we explore a profound and transformative concept that has the power to revolutionize our perception of reality. We live in our minds, and our minds create our reality. This idea challenges our conventional understanding of the world and raises the intriguing question: is the world an illusion? To begin our exploration, let's consider the nature of our experience. Everything we perceive, every sensation, every thought, every emotion occurs within the realm of our consciousness. Our entire lived experience unfolds within the theater of our mind. This simple observation forms the foundation of our inquiry. When we look at a tree, we might believe we're directly perceiving an object in the external world, but in reality, what we're experiencing is our mind's interpretation of sensory data. The colors, textures, and forms we perceive are not inherent properties of the tree itself, but constructions of our mind based on the processing of light waves hitting our retinas. This principle extends to all of our experiences: the sounds we hear, the sensations we feel, the emotions we experience. All of these are mental phenomena. Even our sense of self, our feeling of being a separate entity in a world of objects, is a construct of our mind. But if everything we experience is a mental construct, what can we say about the nature of the external world? Does it exist independently of our perception, or is it fundamentally inseparable from our consciousness? This question has puzzled philosophers and spiritual seekers for millennia. Some traditions, particularly in Eastern philosophy, suggest that the world as we perceive it is indeed an illusion, a concept known as Maya in Hindu philosophy. This doesn't mean that nothing exists, but rather that the nature of reality is fundamentally different from our ordinary perception of it. Modern science, particularly in the field of quantum physics, has begun to echo some of these ancient insights. The observer effect in quantum mechanics suggests that the act of observation affects the observed phenomenon. This implies a deep interconnection between consciousness and the physical world that challenges our conventional notions of an objective, independent reality. However, it's crucial to understand that describing the world as an illusion doesn't mean it's not real or that our experiences don't matter. Rather, it suggests that the nature of reality is more fluid, more interconnected, and more dependent on consciousness than we typically assume. This understanding has profound implications for how we live our lives. If our minds create our reality, then by changing our minds, our thoughts, beliefs, and perceptions, we can change our experienced reality. This is not mere positive thinking, but a fundamental shift in how we engage with the world. Consider how this principle manifests in our daily lives. Two people can experience the same event in radically different ways based on their mental states and belief systems. A rainy day might be a source of joy for one person and a cause of misery for another. The event itself is neutral. It's our mind's interpretation that creates our experience. This understanding empowers us to take responsibility for our experiences. Instead of seeing ourselves as passive recipients of external circumstances, we recognize our role as co-creators of our reality. This shift in perspective can be tremendously liberating as it puts the power to shape our experience back in our hands. But how do we practically apply this understanding? How do we harness the power of our minds to create a reality that aligns with our deepest desires and highest potential? This is where the rubber meets the road, where philosophical insight transforms into lived wisdom. The first step is cultivating awareness. We must become acutely conscious of our thoughts, beliefs, and perceptions. Many of us go through life on autopilot, unconsciously reacting based on conditioned patterns. By bringing awareness to these patterns, we create the possibility of change. Next, we must question our assumptions about reality. Are our beliefs serving us? Are they based on direct experience, or are they inherited ideas that we've never examined? This process of inquiry can be uncomfortable, as it challenges the foundations of our worldview, but it's through this questioning that we open ourselves to new possibilities. As we continue our exploration, we'll delve deeper into practical techniques for harnessing the power of our minds to shape our reality. We'll examine the role of belief, the power of focused attention, and the importance of aligning our thoughts, emotions, and actions. Remember, this understanding of reality as a mental construct doesn't negate the importance of action in the physical world. Rather, it suggests that our actions are most effective when they arise from a place of inner clarity and alignment. The architect of reality, mastering the power of belief. As we delve deeper into the nature of our mind-created reality, we encounter a force of immense power and subtlety: belief. Our beliefs are the invisible architects of our experience, shaping our perceptions, influencing our actions, and ultimately determining the reality we inhabit. Beliefs are not merely intellectual concepts, they are living, dynamic forces that permeate every aspect of our being. They operate at both conscious and unconscious levels, coloring our interpretation of events, guiding our decisions, and even influencing our physical bodies. Consider how beliefs shape our experience of the world. If we believe life is a struggle, we'll find evidence of struggle everywhere we look. If we believe people are fundamentally good, we'll notice and attract kindness in our interactions. Our beliefs act as filters, determining what we perceive and how we interpret our experiences. But where do our beliefs come from? Some are formed through direct experience, others are inherited from our family and culture, and many are unconsciously absorbed from our environment. The crucial point is that most of our beliefs are not chosen consciously. They're often unexamined assumptions that we've accepted as truth. This is where the power of conscious belief comes into play. When we recognize that our beliefs are not fixed truths, but malleable constructs, we gain the ability to reshape them intentionally. This is not about deluding ourselves or denying reality, but about choosing beliefs that serve our highest good and align with our deepest truths. The process of changing beliefs requires patience and persistence. Our existing beliefs have neural pathways associated with them, patterns of thought and emotion that have been reinforced over time. Changing these patterns is like carving a new path through a dense forest. It takes repeated effort, but with each pass, the new path becomes clearer and easier to follow. One powerful technique for changing beliefs is the practice of acting as if. This involves behaving and thinking as if our desired belief is already true. If we want to cultivate a belief in our own capability, we act as if we're already capable. This isn't pretense or self-deception, it's a method of aligning our thoughts, emotions, and actions with our desired reality. Another crucial aspect of working with beliefs is emotional congruence. It's not enough to intellectually accept a new belief. We must feel it to be true on an emotional level. This is where practices like visualization and embodiment come into play. By vividly imagining and feeling our desired reality, we begin to make it real in our nervous system. But what about the apparent solidity of the physical world? How can our beliefs influence something that seems so fixed and unyielding? This is where we must expand our understanding of the nature of reality. Quantum physics suggests that at the most fundamental level, reality is not composed of solid, separate objects, but of interconnected fields of energy and information. Our consciousness interacts with these fields, collapsing waves of probability into specific experiences. In this light, our beliefs can be seen as organizing principles that shape how we interact with and interpret these fields of possibility. This doesn't mean we can instantly manifest anything we desire simply by believing it. We're part of a collective reality, and our individual beliefs interact with the beliefs and intentions of others. Moreover, there are larger patterns and cycles at play that our individual will doesn't override. However, understanding reality as a field of possibilities rather than a fixed external construct opens up tremendous potential for growth and transformation. It invites us to approach life with a sense of openness and creativity rather than resignation to seemingly immutable circumstances. As we work with our beliefs, it's crucial to maintain a balance between acceptance and change. Some spiritual traditions emphasize radical acceptance of what is, while others focus on the power of the mind to shape reality. The wisdom lies in integrating both perspectives. We accept what is in this moment while simultaneously holding the vision of what could be. This brings us to a profound question. If our beliefs shape our reality, what is the ultimate nature of truth? Is there an objective reality beyond our beliefs, or is all of existence a vast, interconnected field of consciousness creating itself through the power of belief? While we may not be able to definitively answer this question, contemplating it can expand our perspective and deepen our appreciation for the mystery of existence. It invites us to hold our beliefs lightly, to remain open to new possibilities, and to approach life with a sense of wonder and curiosity. As we continue to explore the power of belief, we'll examine practical techniques for identifying and transforming limiting beliefs, methods for aligning our conscious and subconscious minds, and ways to navigate the challenges that arise as we reshape our inner world. Remember, this work is not about achieving a final, perfect state of belief, but about engaging in an ongoing process of growth and evolution. The Alchemy of Attention. Transmuting reality through focused awareness. In our exploration of mind-created reality, we now turn to a force of profound potency: attention. Our attention is the lens through which we experience the world, the beam of consciousness that illuminates and shapes our reality. By mastering the art of directed attention, we gain the ability to transmute the raw material of experience into the gold of our highest vision. Consider for a moment the nature of your current experience. Notice how your awareness moves from one sensation to another, from thoughts to emotions to physical sensations. This flow of attention is usually unconscious, pulled by habits, desires, and external stimuli. But what happens when we take conscious control of this flow? As we direct our attention intentionally, we begin to sculpt our experience. The objects of our focus grow in clarity and significance, while those outside our attention fade into the background. This principle operates at all levels of our experience, from sensory perception to emotional states to the unfolding of our life circumstances. The power of attention is not merely in what it includes, but also in what it excludes. By choosing where to place our focus, we simultaneously choose what to ignore. This selective attention is a key factor in shaping our subjective reality. Two people can be in the same physical environment, yet have radically different experiences based on where they direct their attention. But attention is more than a passive observer. It's an active force that influences the object of its focus. This is evident in the quantum observer effect, where the act of observation affects the behavior of particles. On a macro level, we see this principle at work in the way sustained attention can amplify and transform our experiences. For instance, if we consistently focus on problems and difficulties, they tend to grow and multiply in our awareness. Conversely, if we train our attention on opportunities and solutions, we become more adept at recognizing and creating positive outcomes. This isn't magical thinking, but a practical application of how our focused awareness interacts with the field of possibilities around us. The practice of mindfulness offers a powerful way to cultivate this skill of directed attention. By training ourselves to be fully present in each moment, we develop the ability to choose where we place our focus. This allows us to respond consciously to life circumstances rather than reacting unconsciously based on habitual patterns. Another potent technique is visualization. By vividly imagining our desired outcomes, we direct our attention towards specific possibilities, increasing the likelihood of their manifestation. This practice aligns our conscious and subconscious minds, orienting our entire being towards our chosen vision. As we work with the power of attention, we must also be mindful of its shadow side. Our culture of constant distraction and information overload can fragment our attention, weakening our ability to focus and diluting the power of our consciousness. Reclaiming our attention from these dispersing forces is a crucial step in harnessing its transformative potential. Moreover, we must be aware of the ethical dimension of this practice. As we recognize the power of our attention to shape reality, we take on the responsibility of directing it wisely. This calls for a deep examination of our intentions and a commitment to using this power in service of the highest good, the symphony of consciousness, harmonizing mind and world. As we conclude our exploration of mind-created reality, we arrive at a profound realization. Our inner world and the outer world are not separate, but part of a grand symphony of consciousness. Our thoughts, beliefs, and perceptions are not merely personal experiences, but vibrations that resonate with and influence the greater field of reality. This understanding invites us to approach life as conscious co-creators, harmonizing our individual consciousness with the collective field. We recognize that our every thought and action ripples out into the world, contributing to the shared reality we all inhabit. This perspective brings both empowerment and responsibility. To live in alignment with this truth, we must cultivate a state of inner coherence. This means bringing our thoughts, emotions, and actions into harmony. When our inner world is in discord, we create dissonance in our experienced reality. But when we achieve inner harmony, we naturally attract and create experiences that reflect this state of balance. Practices like meditation, conscious breathing, and energy work become powerful tools in this process. They help us to align our various levels of being, physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual, creating a clear channel through which our intentions can manifest. As we refine our ability to shape our personal reality, we naturally extend our influence to the collective field. We become agents of positive change, not through force or manipulation, but through the radiance of our aligned consciousness. Our very presence becomes a transformative force, inspiring others and contributing to the evolution of our shared reality. Yet, we must remain humble in the face of the vast mystery of existence. While we play a crucial role in shaping our reality, we are also part of something far greater than our individual selves. There is a dance between our personal will and the flow of the universal intelligence that requires both active participation and surrendered trust. In this light, the question, is the world an illusion, transforms. We recognize that the world is neither purely objective nor entirely subjective. It's a dynamic interplay between consciousness and form, constantly unfolding in the eternal now. Our role is to participate consciously in this unfolding, bringing the highest possibilities into manifestation through the power of our aligned mind. As we close, remember that this understanding is not meant to be merely intellectual. It's an invitation to live differently, to engage with life from a place of conscious creation. Each moment offers a new opportunity to shape your reality. How will you use this power? What symphony will you compose with the instrument of your consciousness?